good morning, good evening, or good night, folks. I'm your host, Simon Redhand, and this is Gaming Red-Handed, where I play games that I find interesting. What I've been finding interesting the last couple of days is Once Human. Game is fantastic. It's been out now for about a week. Actually, no, we're in the second week because the second phase of the season has started. However, I've been very busy with real life and work and such. And what I have been playing, I've been spending all my time just making this base. I really enjoy the base building aspect of the game. I'm level 26 now, 27 now, but I haven't really done too much. I mean, I've only cleared, you see my last video or so, I only cleared this section here. I haven't even started on Myers Market or Broken Delta. I've done quite a bit of exploring the map because as I've been progressing my base, I've been needing more materials, so I've been going on my way to go find more stuff to farm and things like that. I'm over here because I like the layout and location. It's far away from civilization, which I kind of like to be. I do like the fact that it's got everything here. This field's got iron, it's got aluminum, it's got copper and tin, and I know where tungsten is. I have tungsten marked on my map. It's over here somewhere. Let's see. For some reason, when you do your own custom markers, it does not keep it on. Oh, I gotta go do that. It does not keep it on your map. We'll jump over and do that before it goes away. Anyway, I'm gonna go do that cargo scramble and then come back and show you guys the base I've been working on. Now, I personally hate cargo scramble. It's a forced PvP. Well, it's not forced, but it's a PvP situated event that you kind of have to do to get these sproutlets, and these sproutlets are currency to buy legendary weapon mods. And I don't know if they're the best weapon mods in the game. They're just really strong. I do want to buy them. But this event is stupid to me. And the reason why it's stupid to me is because, see here who shows up? Everybody shows up. These guys are level 50. I'm level 29. I have no build to really discern. So when I'm doing this event, I pretty much just get one-shotted by most guys who show up here. And I don't do damage to the guys who are here. So it's an open world PvP event that's not level gated, that's not level capped, that's not balanced around anything. And then you probably shouldn't be doing this at all until level 50, but it spawns everywhere. It spawns in low level zones, it spawns in high level zones, because you need the sproutlets. Each of these mobs are 1,000 sproutlets each. You don't get any currency, you don't hold the helmet. You can't really hold the helmet if you don't have the damage or the items to kill these guys who are showing up. So it's one of those things where you gotta do it because you need the currency, but it ends up being a point of frustration because you can't really do it because you don't have the damage or the weapons or the survivability to fight the players who are showing up to do it, right? There's only two methods of getting these sproutlets, and it's from this event here, and it's only this cargo scramble, and then there's another one that revolves driving your vehicle around, and I haven't seen it pop up yet, but it's highway pursuit. I think they need to add in some other variables, some other events, not just this. And I also think that there needs to be a way of getting these sproutlets that are not just PvP oriented. Or have an equivalent somewhere that drops in and then I won't care. Anyway, I every time I do cargo scramble, I have a little rant for it because I end up doing it, and unless there's times where I've shown up there and no one shows up, so I just get like the free money. So that's the reason why I just go. Because every now and then you'll get lucky and no one will show up, and then you'll just get 500-600 sproutlets, and then if I get maybe one or two more times like that, I'll be able to buy the few mods I want to buy, and then I'll never do it again. If I'm playing on a PvE server and I don't want a PvP in general. But who knows, maybe when my build is set up, I will come back and then I won't have much issue with it because I'll be able to come and turn the tables and start abusing low-level players myself. Anyway, I don't think it's a well-thought-out event. I think that because there's no level gating, which is fine, it really shouldn't. Either when you get chosen by the host, you get more points. So what I would want is if you get chosen by the host, that it just scales you up, or everyone in there is kind of the same uniform level for that event. That way you don't really feel like you're at a disadvantage when you're doing it. Otherwise, you're gonna show up as a normal player and not understand what's going on, because the first time I did that event I had no idea what was going on. I was just standing there walking around, and then like it took me a few tries to figure out like, oh, this is a PvP thing. because I had no idea what was happening. I didn't know why I was getting points. I didn't know why I was doing it. Oh, there's a whole bunch of unknowns going on there. All right, until eventually I figured it out. And then, so I think that it's either that balance everyone together, or maybe an event that gives you sproutlets but doesn't require you to fight other players. Maybe you fight some team-based King of the Hill type thing where you just fight elite mobs. Anyway, that's my rant on cargo scramble. I do them. I probably will keep doing them because I want to buy the mods. I just hate doing them. I think it's the only event so far that I've encountered that I actually dislike doing. So Nisa here is the NPC for the sproutlets, and she's the one that uses the currency here. So it exceeds 10k for the street style bike if you really want that. You can buy Stardust source from her, but she's got a seasonal limit of 10,000. You can buy acid from her if you feel like using all your sprouts for that, so that's not bad. And then you have the weapon mods here, which are actually pretty decent. Nice collection of things on here. Now, I'm not high enough level to understand which of these would be useful for a build, but as you can see here, you get the blaze one that gives you a chance to burn, chance to freeze. Obliterate here is shrapnel damage. Let's see, what else here? Supercharged. There's a lot of cool mods here that I would probably want to get one of each if I could, but you know, that's probably roughly about 20,000, maybe 30,000 to get all of them. And as you can see, I've only have like 557 sproutlets. I've done a lot of them, but the sproutlet thing is very difficult to do as a lower level player. I don't want to hit max level. We'll go back in there and see. As for events, I do like doing these. You see, anytime you see these pink orbs in the sky, I would suggest you drop what you're doing and go do these events. For the most part, they're relatively simple. I haven't found any that have really, threw me through a loop. I find them, some of them to be kind of fine. There's only one or two that I've done that I kind of don't like, which is, it's like the one to hunt them all, but sometimes they end up like just being off in the mist by themselves. They don't aggro. So it ends up taking longer than it should to kill them. My gun has to be upgraded. I actually built my bench just now. And my next objective today is going to be to make my tier 4 weapon. I just have to actually go out and gather the tools. This weapon here is just fully calibrated, but it's still tier, 2? So it's very weak. It's not appropriate for being level 25. I actually got to level 25 from just all the crap that I've been doing. So yeah, I think this objective here is just to break all these eggs. Yeah. But I do plan on solidly staying with the shotguns. I got a couple fragments for the A12, so hopefully I can find the rest of that. But I got it from the wish machine, and the wish machine has 24 legendaries in there, and it's a good luck scenario of getting all the materials I want from there. As you can see, like, that's pretty quick, pretty fast. These give you the Stardust. Well, usually I get a mini feature, but it also gives you the Eclipse Cortex, which you need for triggering the Stardust event, right? So it's always worth doing. I think I found it. I seen another one up this way. I gotta leave the area. I can't summon my bike again because even though it looks like you're in the open world, you're technically in an instance right now. This is one of their seamless instances. So you can't actually just resummon your mount until you leave the area. Let me do that. As I was running to that one, I seen that one here. So I know I'm gonna do both of them. And I'm gonna go jump up in this guy's truck. So this guy here, once a day, you can run up in his little caboose there. I don't know how this is gonna work because it's an instance on top of the bike here. Ah, damn it, he went down. So if you get into the back of his thing, he has a chest that you can get once a day. So when you see that guy walking around, you gotta make sure you pick that up once a day. Oh, this is the boss. Well, I'll lead anyway. Oh, geez, he might actually do a little damage to me. I actually have to upgrade my gear. Oh, this ain't gonna be good. I'm gonna die. Oh, he's doing like low pulses now. I only got one adrenaline shot. I gotta make more. Hopefully I don't whiff this. This is probably the first one I whiff. If I do end up doing that. Usually this guy has weak points and stuff, but I'm not seeing him here. The one that jumped on the roll. Oh, double pulse. Probably just like a straight up crouch hit. Didn't time that roll properly. Or that jump. I don't know if it's rolling. I think I have to straight up crouch it because the roll doesn't seem to be working. Yeah, I think it is crouch. No, the crouch didn't work. The roll wasn't really working and the crouch is not working. I'll come back and kill him though. Nope, can't go back, just straight up fail. Anyway, so let's go do what I plan on doing there. And that did remind me I have to go straight up upgrade all my gear. Alrighty, so my base here is situated in Chalk Peak. I'm over here near teleportation tower because of the collection of ores. As I said earlier, it does have high silver ore, so when I come back to my base, there's usually about 2 or 3 nodes. If I get lucky, just now I had 2 to gather. So let's recap. I started messing with the building feature of this game properly around level 12. I am now level 30. I made it to level 30 purely from crafting, building, taking down, manufacturing crap. I spent that much time crafting, so I am undergeared. I am undergeared for that reason. I've been concentrating purely on making my base. But here's the tour of it. This is the atrium. This is what I call all my bases here. The shape of it, I got really fascinated with these curved pieces and platforms. So I kind of kept this shape and figure. The idea I wanted was something that, you know, my buddy plays with me, so we both kind of shares location. I did do this all solo though. I had a different layout originally, and I ended up changing all that. You see my first video, I had this idea of like a circular pad, but then I just like, you know what, I don't really want that. I don't think it's gonna work out. So we'll go through and just work out the ideas I had here. So I started off with these curved shapes, which I really did like. I like how I got this platform here and this kind of this stock piece. And once I got the curved pieces unlocked, I'm like, I want to keep making this go. And I built around the spiral staircase, which took a lot of finagling to figure out how to get this to work out properly with these platforms here. The snapping system, if you guys are messing with crafting, it's not the greatest. The pieces jump all over the place. They're kind of super finicky, so it takes a while to get these snaps to work. And then figuring out the rules of the snaps and the alignments and stuff like that. It took a while to get this base to actually, I would say, work out to be flush and symmetrical, right? And what I learned is you kind of have to match these pieces. So if I do like a piece like this, like with these small half woods, which are equal to basically one of these cut into 4, you have to kind of mimic that at the bottom here in order to make it line up correctly. All right, so I had to end up doing a lot of that going around. So the first floor, I left it for disassemblies. You know, you come in quickly, you can just jump in here and disassemble some parts. I put the wish machine here. I'm not sure what I'm gonna put in here yet. It's gonna be something. I got my kitchen set up here with my Chefosaurus Rex. Kitchen's simple, you know. It only has, you know, this. Well, it has the electric stove and the fridge, the drying rack. This guy's down here because he needs the refrigerator to make himself happy. So I put him beside the fridge. What else here? It's my little storage section here, which as I need more storage, I'll expand further and further. This is by design. I like this disheveled look of this boxes strewn about. That's why they're not perfectly uniformed. The free sheep you get from the event, put them down there. Second floor here is just the sleeping section. You know, just keep it simple. I only got 2 beds. I only play one other person here. I don't have a massive war map. Don't plan on getting one. My crafting section. Got a couple electric furnaces here. What was I making? Oh, I was spam making aluminum, which is kind of a pain because aluminum requires me to use the acids. So, but you know, it's not too big, not too much of a problem. So this is my little workshop section here. I put this dimensional mirror here because I made a mistake when building my base. When I built my base, I didn't. Well, I don't know how it works, but I didn't take into account the location of my base. As you can see, my base is kind of built on an angle, right? And I thought that when you teleport in, you would teleport into wherever this thing is, wherever this territory terminal is, but you don't. Every time I teleport into my base, it ends up putting me right here, and I don't know how to fix that. So what I've done is I just put the dimensional portal here. So when I come in and I teleport in, walk in, and puts you right into the construction area where I want to be. Usually when I come back to base, because I'm coming back to repair my weapons and build ammo, and then once I'm finished here, I'll jump down and fix it. Next season, when it starts off, I will figure out how to fix my base being off kilter and it not putting me in my base when I teleport in. It's not the terminal for some reason. I don't know what it decides to teleport you into when you come to the area, but I haven't figured it out. I'll work on figuring it out later. The third floor is around my deviants. One thing I wanted to point out though, something I'm really proud of, is this section here. I love the way it turned out. This is actually, if I go fly and show, it's actually a balcony. And it hovers just above my workshop area here. This is pretty cool to get working. I like the way it turned out. After I made this, it actually made me want to readjust my base just to have a few more of these in other places, because I really liked how this balcony segment turned out. I liked how it kind of gives this open awning. I kind of had to mess with these inverted pieces to make these openings in the wall, which is pretty cool. However, because of how the spacing was, I probably have to make this room a bit longer. Like I like how tight it is right now. Like this is the perfect size. However, because I had to do this increased length to make this inner balcony here, I have this extra space here. It gives this extra space in the fencing here. Now I threw a couple more planter boxes up between these videos here. Now I could fix it by increasing the length exactly one more square, but then I don't know. It might work out to be a bit better if I did that. I'm not sure, but I don't want this to be much bigger inside because I have like my furnaces back here, which work out. And I guess I could just so I can have some walking space back there. Because right now, when I use the furnaces, I have to do like 2 on this side and 2 on this side, unless I jump on top and climb over it and all that. But I don't really use these furnaces too much. I'm probably gonna, when I solve my power issues, I'm gonna transition to some electric furnaces, right? So yeah, but yeah, I really do like this section here. I have a few other base designs I have in mind because of it, and yeah, this is not bad for my first base here. But don't be surprised if I open the video up and the entire thing is torn down and I have something different going on. Especially once I get a better understanding of the survival elements, not survival, the tower defense elements of the game. I might end up redoing my entire base just to make that function work flawlessly. Just in case I don't forget, the reason why I have my davies like this is so I have it's 18 here altogether, right? There's 5 lumbering. The majority here are Digby boys. I like the janitor guys because they do raw like materials, salvage materials, and I probably will, as I find more of them, shift the Digby boys over, and then as I find more Digby boys, replace them all with the highest I've seen is level 5 for a skill rating and activity rating. So I'm assuming I'm going to go for 5 of all of them, right? And I'll cap at 6 Digby boys, probably 4 these guys, and then 6 janitors as I get them. I have 2 janitors now. And the rest are all Digby boys, right? And an electric eel, because, you know, electricity is kind of a pain in the butt. This middle one here, this one here is my combat. He's my combat type, so whatever I have fused to me, I usually put in this middle one, and then whatever specific conditions they need, I will fix that later. And then, of course, I have this one down here by the fridge. I have him here because he's strong. He's one of the strongest I've gotten. He's the one of the 5s, and it's a blue number, so I'm assuming 5 is the cap. I don't like his attack pattern, though. He does like an AoE freeze, and he does pulses in one location, but he doesn't move. And I don't think he's good for the build I'm trying to do, so I leave him there. I've used him for a bit. He's very strong. I might use him again later on. He's got some interesting passives where he gets recovery speed and increased mood and stuff like that. So he's very good for combat. He's just in his current state, doesn't really fit my build yet. But he's down here by the fridge. If I find a better one, I say I don't want to use him, this box is going to go back upstairs and it's going to become another auto farmer of some sort. And it probably another Digby boy. You know your guy has something to collect when he has these little duffel bags underneath his body? That means he went out, he's got some stuff. Make sure you clean it out, right? What I don't know yet, I'm still messing with it, if it's better, because look, so this is level 2. I have let me find him real quick. I have a high level dig boy here, Digby. And he's got 130, oh, it's not this one, hold on. This one. He's got 130. So he's able to activate at 30 power. I don't know if it's better to make sure that he gets the full first before he goes out and gathers, and then come back in there. And then I don't know if he gathers more, or if it just like, try to keep it as low as possible, because each time he hits 30, he's going to go out there. And maybe this is only important for when you're in combat and you summon him by your side, and then that's important. So I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure just yet the best use of the deviant power threshold. If anybody does know that, throw it in the comments below. That way I can kind of clear this mystery up. I think this might be really important for just their duration when you summon them in combat, and not so much when they're working. When they're working, you want them to be as low as possible. That's the theory I'm currently working on. That's why I have them all at 30. I'm thinking that's what it is. I set a few of them to the max before, and I noticed that it wasn't bringing me back much materials. So, but I mean, I'm still messing with it, so I might set a few of them to 60 just to see if they do 2 ticks and see how that feels after some time. Like I set these 2, and then kind of just take notes on what they're bringing back and how much they bring in, and go from there, right? That's all I can really do. Like I tried looking it up to see what other people are thinking, what they've come up with, and I'm just not quite sure. Now I only use functional deviants right now. So I have this side here, I got 5 of the logging beavers. I don't have crops built yet, as in like I literally just unlocked crops like earlier today, so I have to actually go around and build these things. These guys go through and they collect my wood. And they find furniture apparently also. So that's cool. All right, they're finding me cabinets and stuff like that. Cool. The majority of my toys though here, my deviants, are diggers. I got an empty spot here, so I'm gonna move these guys all over because I have another digger that I got that I want to put into the base. The janitor guy. If I find more of this guy, I'll also use him too, because he finds material, just straight up flat materials. Like the stuff you can salvage and acid and stuff like that. So yeah, so the majority of my other locations here are all digger boys. As you can see, because I have silver ore in this area that spawns, they will find silver ore also, right? So, and then later on I'll move to an area that has gold ore, and the same thing will happen. I'll also build the logging platforms, whatever. All right, so these guys are cool. They're not going to be able to sustain your base. You'll get enough to sustain ammo. If you want to just build ammo, they'll get enough sulfur. They'll get enough stuff to make the steel sheets you need to make ammo, but they're definitely not going to get enough going to like do all your building needs, right? Space tuner here makes an item that allows you to recall players to you. And then this guy here, he allows you to make dimensional doors, right? So his little thing he makes allows you to make dimensional doors, and then the dimensional door only gives you two teleport points. I don't know what happens if you make more than one dimensional door. Actually, let's figure that out now. Actually, it's the one thing I wanted to test. It's the only thing that he was still in there because I wanted to see what happens. All right, so right now it's probably saying that 'cause I already have 2 up. The thing overlaps. So let's see. Let me see if I can find a flat paste to put it where it will let me do it. Oh, no, part limit reach. So you only can have 2. And let's see, the ground ones are separate now. So you only can have an entrance and exit, right? Because I was reading it, because when you read the description, it just says it immediately allows you to travel to the other door with limited chances. And I just thought, what does that mean if you have more than 2 doors? Does it just randomly choose a floor to throw you at just from the quirkiness of the door? But I guess it just caps at 2, which is fine. I had my Stardust Resonator built. I had a little platform out here that I had going on, but I didn't like how it was, so I just deleted it. And I'm gonna fix it up, and once I do figure out an efficient pathing for the tower defenses, I will do that. My rooftop here is just my water. So I got my water purifier here. As I unlocked more, I'll make some more here. It's also where my power is, and it's also where my garden's gonna be set up here. I set up 1 planter box. I have to work through system here. I haven't even begun to figure out how planting works yet, and I honestly don't want to put in the effort to learn how the planting works. But the logging guys need it. And even though it's above, they will benefit from it once I actually get this thing to bloom. But I will learn about that more later. I just unlocked it and I have to put more research into it. My water setup is here. You know, as you guys understand, the water is gravitational based. So when it rains, the piping is all connected to that purifier down there. This purifier purifies the water and then it sends it all the way over here to my my purifying sections here. So I have 2 straight purified containers and 1 that's only for dirty water, just so I can, or some of the planting recipes require dirty water to be boiled. I don't know if you can boil purified water, but it was only offering me dirty water. So once I get enough, I'll check that out. And if I don't need dirty water for anything, I'll get rid of that. My little power section here, because right now I only can do 5 power generators. When I get the hydro generator unlocked, well, I have it unlocked, but when I actually go and farm the materials to make it, I will put the hydro generator down. I also plan on building a water pump, which I'll have to do down here. I have to use the water pump and you could use it and bring it up to this section here, right? Because it does allow you to elevate. I just need refined parts. Refined parts are a matter of me going out to the strongholds and killing stuff, right? So once I get this done, then I won't have to rely so much on rainwater, and I should be good for my water demands in the base, right? Water is only really necessary when you start really crafting, but also it's probably the best method of dealing with hydration because you just get straight running hydration. And then I don't really care about cooking and boiling water and boiling tea and blah, 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 right? So yeah, I really like the way the base turned out. I made this section here for the garage. Eventually I'll replace it with the bigger garage pads. I've been slowly unlocking wallpapers and the like, and I have a little kitchen area here. When I get better screenshots, I'll put something there. I just wanted to mess with the window frame. I think it's kind of cool. I've been going through all the vendors. Each town has 1 vendor that sells permanent formulas and recipes. And every time I get about 20,000 or so energy link, I will go to the town. But I've already bought all the vendors available from these towns here. So these are all done. Next up, when I get my currency, it's going to go to Blackfell, get that. And then there's more towns, right? As you move over this direction here, there's more towns, right? So yeah, so as the season's unlocked, there's more towns open up. So I've gotten all the recipes from these towns here. And then the rest are, as you see there, when my logging beaver came back, he brought me some formulas and recipes, some furniture parts, which, let me take a look at what those are that he just brought me back. See if they have a place in my my home here. Let's see. So he brought me the rattan chair. Yep. Okay, cool. That's just telling you that it'll use, instead of building it, it'll use the one that he found first. I don't have the formula. He just found me a finished chair, so I can't even make it myself. So let's see what else he found. He found an American long table. All right, that's not bad. And then I think that's it. Oh no, I think I found this too. American Lote. So I don't have the recipe to make them, but I just have them to put them down and throw them down places. So that's cool. I like that. And you can, when you demolish it, it just recollects it, right? So you don't have to worry about, oh, I'm stuck with this thing and I have to move it around over again. When you break it down, it goes back into your inventory as an item that you could drop down, right? So yeah, that's it. I've done a bunch of reiterations of this base here. I just unlocked the highest level materials, so I'm going to be going through and turning this entire base into marble and concrete and stone and whatever. I'm not using the... If you see online, people have like these glass houses and such. That is one of the weapon skins from the item mall. When you go through here, a lot of people using this setup here, which is, you know, it's whatever. I'm not personally paying $30 for this. The item mall itself, I don't mind. There's nothing in here that's really turned me off or anything like that. I don't really understand this too much in terms of what this is offering. So everything here, I'm kind of waiting until next season before I buy anything. I'm waiting till I get more in-game items and rewards before I decide I need to go through the item mall and buy anything that's in here for looks and stuff like that, right? Even hairstyles are locked up in here, right, too, which is, I guess, shouldn't be surprising. But it seems like these hairstyles are they tied to faces? That's kind of cool. Wait, 7 days. Anyway, so yeah, I went through all this. I don't really mind. I don't mind the hairstyles. I don't mind, not the hairstyle. The item mall. There's nothing in there that's really pay to win. I mean, there's nothing in there that's pay to win at all. There's what's left in here? Build an intermediate workbench. Yeah, I need the tools. I already have that placed down. That's actually the bench I have in there already. I just don't have the tools to make a weapon off of it. So yeah, so far I'm really enjoying this game. I have to actually play today. So today, I got like 15 levels from crafting alone and gathering and putting materials in my base. Today is going to be focusing on actually killing stuff. So I'm going to be going through here. I'm going to be going back to this little area and clearing all of these points here. All these rift anchors, because I need to, in order to unlock the boss, you need to do all the rift anchors. So you need to liberate all these cities here to do that. It's gonna be easy. It's gonna be boring. So I'm probably not gonna put any footage up of me doing low level content. When I get to the dungeon, though, I definitely will show it off though, because I do want to see what this dungeon is. I like this boss over here. He's kind of interesting, cool. I farmed him a few times, got a couple blueprints off of him. That's where I got my shotgun from, actually. Hopefully, when I do this guy, I'll do him a few times. Hopefully I get another shotgun. But before I do that, I'm going to be going through and upgrading all of my gear to tier 4 at least. Alright, because as you can see from my last event that I failed, my character gear needs to be fixed. My armor needs to be fixed. My weapon damage needs to be fixed. All that needs to be fixed. All that needs some juice. Yeah, so that's going to be the plan for today. Yeah, so it's gonna take a lot of gathering. It's gonna take a huge detour in order to make that work. What's cool about this is like when these things farm inside, when they fuse inside each other like this, it actually gathers both nodes at the same time. I've noticed a lot of nodes in this section kind of spawn inside each other like that, and then it kind of speeds up the dual gathering. That's just a bit of a side bonus there. Anyway, thank you guys for dropping by. As always, I appreciate you guys for giving me your time. Before I go, the reason why I chose near the teleporter is because this area here has a chance to spawn silver. If you switch to other worlds while you're doing that, you will reset the chance to find silver ores on different server channels, but your base always stays on the channel you built it on. So my base is on world 7. Even if I switch to like world 1, world 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, my base will not be there. I will have to teleport to my base using the actual teleport command, and it will bring me back to my original world, to my base. So yeah, but if you want to go into hyperform for just silver ore, the silver ore, when you make them in ingots, they sell for a large amount of money. They sell for 6,000 each. So you can use that, and each vendor has 50,000 limit, right? So what it basically means is once you get enough ingots, you can go to each town, right? Each vendor here has a 50k limit. So count each of these nodes as 50,000 currency that you get. So per, I think it's per day or per week or whatever. I think it's per week. I'm not sure. There's a limit. There's a time limit on it. Understand that silver node will help you get there fast. Gold will help you get there fast. So will Stardust nodes, but I wouldn't use Stardust nodes because eventually you will get, like I have a few, let me show this out before I leave. I have a few specializations. I haven't chosen them yet that will repurpose Stardust nodes into better tools. So this one will make a water pump that uses Stardust ore. This one will make a better fuel processing that uses Stardust ore. I haven't seen that for silver ore yet. So selling silver and gold, fine for me. And eventually, if you do need silver ore or whatever, you can find more. But I feel like the money's more important now because there's a bunch of mods and blueprints and plans that you can buy from each vendor. And I think buying those is worth it, especially if you like crafting. But I haven't sold my Stardust ore at all. I just been saving all that up. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have yourselves a good morning. If this is the only video you're watching me today, good afternoon or good night.